Are you still working the old way, working 9 to 5, chained to a cubicle or office, and doing work you don't really enjoy? The Procter Gallagher Institute is helping thousands just like you break away from traditional ways of working while stepping into the vision of their dream. If you're ready to leave behind monotony and frustration, click to learn more about how we can set you up for instant and lasting success. I'm Bob Proctor. Come and visit us at thinkingintoresults.com.
Yeah, so I'm in the market for a used car.
So I'm gonna start. Okay, so
do you have any connections?
Are you a good driver?
Yeah.
Like you because I mean you're more like a New Yorker type, you know, like you walk around.
Yeah, I walk.
You
around.
make the runs, but
make the runs.
You know, you can parallel park and all that.
I got a driver's license for 25 years, 30 years. I've been a licensed driver since 1986.
No, I just you know, because it's certain like Pontillo, you're a good driver.
Yeah, I'm a good driver.
In his lacrosse. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
How much would it cost me
for a used car?
For a decent used car
with insurance
to go back and forth to Philly for like a year or 2 years?
Ooh. What do you look for? Just like a small car for like
either like it could be like a 10-year-old RAV4 or a 10-year-old Civic, like something like that. Like you think it'd be like 4,000 or 5,000?
Yeah, easily. Yeah, you could easily. I would say go to police auction. That's the best way to get car. Yeah, police auction.
Farouk works for a lot, so this is a great question.
You work for a car lot?
Sam's used car lot.
No, I have friends that work at Dana Ford, whatever. Yeah.
Out here in Staten Island?
Yeah.
And they got cars on a lot that go for like 5,000?
Yeah, they have like refurbished cars and stuff.
I got a car. Can I come check it out? You can put in a word for me?
Yeah, Dana Ford Lincoln. My friend James works there.
Look, I'm dating a girl in Philadelphia.
Oh, $5,000 might be a little, you know,
too much.
It could be for a used car.
Depends on the mileage, you know. Depends. Like it's always like an old lady car that she only used to like
3,500, 4,000.
I would say yeah, but yeah. I mean,
I'll have that in September.
And you're gonna go back and forth to Philadelphia. That'll be great. You get some spots out there.
I could get spots in Philly. I could get spots.
I know
in
a guy.
Maryland, I could get spots in DC. I could get spots in Boston. I could get spots upstate New York.
Yeah, Philly's a great town.
I could definitely go on the road and get some spots.
Philly's scene is small too.
Philly, I'd rather go into Philly, do like 6-7 shows in 3 days,
right?
And then bounce.
And they'll like you out there.
Yeah. They know me already.
You have fans in Philadelphia.
I do. Fans. Ben Sion told me he was on a show.
Right.
And somebody found out he was from New York, so they were like, do you know Frank Terranova? And he was like, yeah, how do you know Frank? Like, we heard him on a sit-down.
I think you'll like it out there. It's very Italian also.
I did Philadelphia Comedy Club.
I did a few shows out there.
Yeah,
they're good crowds.
Yeah,
I did a very hipster show.
Yeah, they're energized.
We did a 9/11 show.
Yeah, burn the place down and fire their headliner. Okay, who's headlining?
So you go back and forth. You plan on going back and forth from Queens to Philadelphia.
Yeah. She'd rather come here, though. She told me I'd rather come there. I hate it over here.
Right.
But we'll see. I'll go there, too.
And now the girl has kids, right?
Yeah.
Are you good with the kids? Or like,
I never met them yet.
No, I'm saying, are you good with kids,
I am
like
good
in
with
general?
kids, yeah.
You don't mind.
They love me. I'm like a kid.
Right.
Yeah. I'm like on their level.
Right.
I'm on their level. We're on the same level. I know how to make them laugh. I know what to do.
What do you do? What do you do? Funny faces?
All your poop material. You got to do all your poop material.
When I used to watch my nieces, we used to have the best time. It's like I relate to 2-year-olds and 4-year-olds. I relate to them.
This is like on To Catch a Predator, where they catch the predator. Explaining he's not a predator. He relates to kids.
No, I just relate to kids.
I hate them.
I know how to make them laugh. I know I'm like a kid. I'm like a kid.
I used to work with kids. I used to work with autistic.
It'd be a really weird turn of events if we next week Frank's like on a show like the host for kids like Teletubbies or something. I love them all.
I like kids and I like dogs.
Yeah,
I like dogs. Yeah, kids. I hate kids.
Dog,
I'll flip out on a kid easily.
There's a great line in The Sopranos where Dr. Melfi is analyzing Tony, and she's also in therapy also, and the other therapist turns around and goes, most sociopaths, they like young children and animals.
Is that true?
Yeah, there's a line on The Sopranos because Tony loves he's great with
he's great with kids. Remember that episode with
kids.
Janice's daughter?
And when the horse died, right? He's all like bent out of shape over it. He can't get over the horse.
Yeah, is The Sopranos? Is it on demand if I want to watch it?
It's on Amazon.
I definitely have a lot more affection for children and animals than I do for full-grown people.
Right.
Yeah. like them as people better. I like dogs better than people. I like kids better than people.
Well,
when people grow up, they fucking turn into scumbags.
That's exactly it. With kids, it's like you have potential to be good still. With people, like you are a piece of shit already. That's it. It's over now.
Yeah.
Kids suck, though. There's some bad kids out there.
I'm not a big fan of kids. I wanted to make a joke about kids sucking.
I was going to do it too.
Especially at Nickelodeon. That's what I was going to say. Yeah. Anyway, okay, all right. Small malfunction. Where were we about the kids? Okay.
Yeah.
I think I'll move off the kids.
Can we go back to Polly Walnuts?
Yeah.
I was saying that there's a part in The Sopranos when Polly Walnuts is driving in multiple scenes one episode, and he's listening to the Art of War and audio tape.
Right. What do you think of Tony Sirico's acting? What do you think about
I think he's
that?
good.
You think he's a good actor for...
Yeah, I do. I think he's one of the best. I think he's a trained actor, actually.
He is.
Yeah, he studied in L.A. with Michael Vigazzo, who wrote Hatful of Rain. He played Frankie Five Angels in Godfather 2.
Okay, that's
He
what...
was a famous acting teacher. And Tony Sirico was in the class with him, and he did a lot of theater and film, and he's been around. There's a lot of bad acting on The Sopranos. A lot.
Who's the worst actor on
I think Silvio was terrible.
Yeah, Steve, you know, he was supposed to play Tony Soprano.
Yeah, that would have been great.
that would have been terrible.
A lot of the fringe plays on that show were bad.
Like
Bobby Bacala's atrocious.
Steve Schirripa?
Oh,
you didn't like him?
He has no business in the business.
You know, he used to run a room in Vegas, I heard, and he would book a lot of comedians.
Yeah.
And that's how...
He seems like a nice guy.
Seems like a mover and a shaker
He's a bad
type.
actor.
I feel in The Sopranos in certain episodes, Anthony was it DeSanto?
Well, name the character.
I can't remember.
Brendan Falone?
Yeah,
Brendan Falone? Okay.
Certain episodes, his acting is like very like spotty from my
He's
opinion.
only in 2 episodes.
No, I disagree. I disagree on that one. I love Anthony DeSanto.
I know you do. I'm saying there are particular scenes in those episodes.
I don't know. I like him.
Yeah.
He's one of my favorites.
He's a great actor.
I think he's great.
We talk about him constantly on this show.
Yeah,
he's
Anthony
great.
DeSanto, you wouldn't know who he is.
He's Maganelli in Beer League. Do you ever seen Beer League?
Yeah, I remember.
He's Maganelli.
Oh yeah,
He's
good.
in a
Douche.
lot of stuff.
He's a very
He was
classic douche.
Frankie Needles in New Jack City.
Yeah.
He's hysterical.
He played the guy who killed Bobby Lupo's brother in Out for Justice.
Yes.
That guy, I mean, he does dramas because he's so funny.
Yeah, he's
He was
great.
in Beer League.
Beer League.
Beer League. Yeah.
He was in a movie that you recommended called Federal Hill. It's on YouTube now. I bought the fucking DVD.
He's in the
like
Guide to Recognizing Your Sin.
Yeah.
He's in that.
Beer
Fighting.
League's one of my favorites.
He played the Frank the Dog Walker in the Guide to Recognizing Your Sin.
So underrated that movie.
Yeah.
Beer League's great.
The Beer League's really good.
Oh, Ralph Macchio, Artie Lang.
Anthony DeSanto. He's a good actor. If you haven't seen him, just like he's.
Yeah.
He was on LA.
No, I'm talking to the audience.
I'm kidding.
He's really good. I always like when he's in a movie.
You know, I
Kiss
remember.
Me Guido.
Yeah.
That's the one you.
Yeah.
I've been rewatching all the Sopranos episodes and never looked at because the last one was on topic of the Leo Braccato.
Right.
His episodes of Sopranos are bad.
He's not a strong actor.
He's not.
Well, he
Yeah.
was on heroin.
I didn't know that.
He was all wasted.
All I heard was bad. That's all I heard.
That one word bad. That word bad lasted longer than the whole sentence.
How good are you supposed to be on heroin?
He's not a great actor.
No, but he was great in the Bronx Tale.
But Peter Green, that guy, he was on.
He's great.
That guy's a good actor.
He's a great. You guys see Laws of Gravity.
That's
I like
I
Jeff
gotta.
Green, the best friend from Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Jeff Carlin's character.
Yeah, Jeff Green. Sorry. I
Remember when Mateo used to be the guy who sucks the energy out of the fight?
No. Oh, that's me.
Yeah, it's like the
Am I that
autistic
guy?
trio I'm looking at.
Am I sucking the energy?
No, you're fine.
No.
You're fine. You're not a big movie guy. Are you?
I am.
Yeah.
You're a guy. Oh, I've heard you made some movies.
Yeah.
Now I heard a story about Pontillo. Now, if you had a bad experience with this guy Nick Callis, Pontillo, I heard you had a rough experience one time. Joanna Rumor and the Gooncast guys were telling me that
one of the.
yeah, he would hire this guy. You write these comedies. I heard, right? You write comedies,
Pretty funny.
right?
You went to film school?
Is it okay if
I studied film.
Is it okay if I tell this?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. He would write these comedies, but he would hire this actor, this trained actor.
Kind of think of John Galley, but crazier.
Right.
But like that type of guy.
But you
Small.
wouldn't tell the guy it was comedy. You would tell the guy it's drama.
I told
That's
him
what the
no.
Gooncast guys told me.
No, I would tell him he.
I blocked the Gooncast from my social media. they kept sending me requests, and I
Have
wasn't
they?
accepting
They're
it,
nice
and they
guys.
Resend the request and resend the request. I said these fucking guys are getting on my nerves.
They're good guys. I like them.
I don't know who they are. I have no idea.
Pontillo, nuts. Yeah. But that's what I heard. And then also I heard that you did like a 15-hour shoot and then you didn't buy anyone pizza or anything like that, and they were complaining.
Yeah, you got to at least do that.
I think I bought pizza. I think I bought it in the day. They wanted 2 pizzas.
You know what I do when I'm shooting? I start the day with bagels and all the spreads,
Yeah, I got
and
that.
juice and coffee.
Right.
And then I get one meal at about like 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon. Usually we're done by 8 or 9. That's it. Feed them twice.
Feed them twice.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I did once. That was
Do it
my
once?
mistake.
Okay, all right.
I was learning.
I put $100 into my budget to feed the crew every day and the cast. $100.
Right. Now, I heard on your show that you wrote 8 screenplays. Is that true?
Yeah, I wrote like 8.
What are these movies about?
It's about like this good-looking guy that looks young for his age. No, it's a lot of them are autobiographical stories.
Yeah.
My childhood. Some are like kind of like mob stories. A couple of love stories.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
I wrote the one I really want to make is about a 30th high school reunion where a guy meets a girl there and they spend the night together, just hanging out in Brooklyn.
Sure.
Yeah. I wrote that to be filmed by myself. Like I wrote it because I know it won't cost a lot.
Okay.
When I say it won't cost a lot, I could probably make it for $50,000.
You wouldn't put...
When you told that plot, I know I just pictured John Cusack. I don't know why. Like throughout the
I
whole
love John
movie.
Cusack.
Yeah, I think that's the guy that would
actor.
play that. Yeah.
You wouldn't try to do something with it, like
I want to. I want to
soon or something.
I want to. Yeah. I mean,
I mean, it's really interesting because you wanted to be a comedy or drama.
it's a comedy drama. It's
I don't know why he said Cusack. I was thinking Ben Stiller.
okay.
That doesn't-
Well, he's my age.
Yeah.
I was thinking Meet the Fockers.
I'm
not stopped thinking about Meet the Fockers.
I'll write. I write my scripts for myself because
Right.
I want to be in them, and I'll show them to people, and they're like, you know who would be good in this part? Oliver Martinez.
You're thinking
I'm like, I
you.
didn't write it for Oliver Martinez. I didn't write it for Bobby Cannavale.
Okay, all right. We were talking about something, and Frank slapped the table, and
Comedy's about integrity.
Right. You're like Fonzie.
I don't
Took his line.
realize, I'm so Italian. I
Right.
don't realize because this girl, I'm talking to this girl, and she goes, you've yelled at me twice already. I'm like, when? She goes, you've yelled at me on 2 occasions. I said, I've never yelled at you. She goes, see, you're raising your voice now. Like,
Right.
this is the way I talk.
right. You're-
I get you on that. I'm really loud, and I don't even realize how loud I'm getting.
That's
in
an-
the church.
that's an Arab thing.
She told me,
It hides the ticking noises.
My friend, my friend.
No, I can do it.
Go on.
My friend.
Stop.
I think you're gonna throw up right now.
No, I'm trying to get into what my friend. My friend, I have no weapons of mass destruction.
What?
That was Jeff Dunham's puppet, everybody.
You were saying how you can't wait for Pride Week to be over.
oh, please, enough of this.
You don't like
Pride Month. It's not a week.
Oh, Pride
They
Month.
deserve a month. Come on now.
Do they do? What was the parade? Oh, they don't call it a parade.
this
They call it a
weekend.
march.
It's
Yeah.
tomorrow.
It's tomorrow.
The parade is one day.
The parade was up Pat Haggard's
Tomorrow
ass.
during the Pride Parade, me, Ernest James, and who's the other guy that's coming over? Steve Martimucci will be doing a podcast in Elmhurst, Queens, far away from the Pride Parade.
Those are the 3 straightest guys.
These guys,
But you get along with gay people. You talk
I
to
do.
Kevin
Yeah.
Janaway. you're
He's
friends
man.
with
I mean, I don't have a problem with
But don't you think it's a little too much, the whole thing? You don't
Here's
think
the
so?
thing. I don't think there's
Pontillo.
one, I don't think there's
Whoa, gays overdoing something?
always bitching and moaning about how women who aren't talented are getting shit. Is there even one talented gay comedian? They all stink.
Okay.
Yeah, James Pontillo.
Can I be honest? I'll say Jeff Greenspan's very funny.
Jeff's
Mark Benjamin's funny.
Mark Benjamin.
Benjamin's really funny.
Oh, Kendall.
He's the one I like.
You like Mark?
I like Mario Cantone.
Okay, so-
Yeah, he's funny. Remember Steam Pipe Alley?
No, I never
we
seen
went to
that.
Scarface impersonation for all these little kids.
Wait,
and they
wait,
would
no,
stare at
no,
him like
no.
we-
Well, Frank, when you talk about gay, you're defining like homosexuals or are you including
Yes,
lesbians?
That's what game.
Well, what?
I mean-
which?
I mean-
which one does your shirt identify with, Mateo? Please tell us.
I wasn't even thinking about lesbians.
Okay.
Mateo's not a lesbian. Nice. They obviously
I
straight.
didn't even know they were people.
What are you gonna say, Pontillo?
No, Kendall Farrell's a funny gay comic.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I never seen that much.
I never seen him do
funny.
comedy, but
I like Jeff and I like Mark Benjamin.
Mark Benjamin.
and they're both very butch gay men.
Yeah, Mark bullies other gays.
I did a show at the Ant. No, that guy.
Oh, yeah, you like Frank Leote.
I like Yeah, Frank Leotti.
Okay.
I also like Paul Lind.
I don't know.
I did a show at the Grizzly Pear a couple months ago, and they had seven gay comics in a row.
7 straight, that'd be crazy.
That's a Staten Island show.
Yeah.
Straight comics.
There'll
They
never
had-
be 7 straight comics ever again.
They should be.
What gay comics have them sound like? Mark Benjamin's done.
Mark,
he did great,
he does
right?
very well out here.
They all get spots.
He's so good that
And,
Jerry
Darren-
Martinez.
and, like Darren Joseph, Jerry Martinez, they're all okay.
Jerry Martinez
Joe
calls him-
Mahoney's done
calls him his
sound, he's pretty
favorite
gay.
fan.
Yeah, he's
So, yeah.
pretty gay.
The only gay comic who doesn't get booked is Kevin Chenoweth.
But he's terrible.
like fucking Sam Morrison's an icon.
I always think Alex Davenport's gay. When I was like, oh no, he's just adopted. That's it.
Oh, man.
Poor Alex.
He was raised gay, though.
So,
He's Asian.
so it's a whole month, right? The
Yeah,
Pride Month,
yeah.
and I find I've done a couple of shows in the city, and I find it very obnoxious. It's too
We should do an
much.
Italian Pride month.
Well, there's one fucking day, and they want to take it away from us. Columbus Day.
Oh, St. Joseph's Day. I was thinking of. That's not
I
Well,
celebrate November because it's the month I was born.
okay.
The week I do a birthday week.
Columbus wasn't it?
yeah, it was Italian.
I celebrate my birthday for a whole week.
You like doing that? What,
love
that
my
that's what the
birthday.
blacks do.
Well,
The blacks do like a whole month.
I'm black from the waist down. But I attract black women. I also attract white girls who normally fuck black guys
Do you like that?
because I got that ignorant swag.
You got that, yeah. Well, also, you're an older man. Let's be honest. They have daddy issues. They're fucking black guys. They're
I
older
come
men.
across as a guy. The only difference between me and the actual black guys is I'll stick around when the kid is born.
Oh, man.
I support my kids.
When Frank said he's black from the waist down, I just picture him like if he's getting arrested, they only handcuff his like legs. That's it.
No, the handcuff.
Get the lower half.
Put a hand. No, fuck. No.
I just pictured a chochocolate vanilla ice cream.
I pictured-
He's black from the waist down.
I pictured.
I get skin disease.
Yeah, one time whenever I get I haven't worked. I haven't worked in offices in a long time, but I
Right.
used to. And whenever I would get a job in an office, I would get hired, and they would like me. The bosses would like me. Oh, you're going to be great here. And then I quickly become friends with the black people that work at the
Right.
office. Like primarily, I go to lunch with them. I'm always in the mailroom talking about hip hop music and stuff.
'Cause that's where the black people
And
hang
then
out.
the white people who hired me suddenly treat me like I'm fucking terribly. They
Right.
treat me like the black people.
Yeah.
So then I said to this girl Debbie, I said, when I first started working here, they loved me. They were talking about promoting me, and then now they're not nice to me anymore. She goes, yeah, they must have found out you're black.
I relate to that because in my office I hang out in the janitor's closet. All my black friends.
Well, one time I told my grandfather that Sicilians were black. I researched it because we're Sicilian, and he said this is what happens when you go to school. He was very mad. They don't like to be Italian.
I work for Jews, so I'm the blackest it gets around my office. So
Pontillo, you're 100% Sicilian.
No, not 100% Sicilian. No.
yeah, he's 10% gay.
I'm going to come back out here in October. We're going to buy a car. That's going to be the whole. We're going to buy the car, and then we're going to do an episode about it. Frank buys a car. We're going to put it in.
What type of car are you looking to look at now?
Whatever fucking catches my eye. I would love to get like an 09 Lexus.
An old
Comedians in
09
cars
Lexus?
getting credit approval. That's what we're gonna go.
I can't get credit approval. That's why I'm paying.
Oh yeah, well.
I never pay my student
Well,
loan.
actually, funnily enough, they encourage you to buy like American cars now because foreign cars are going up in tariffs and shit. So you might end up with a Ford or some shit. Yeah.
I don't like American cars, actually.
Yeah, but like they're making Hondas and Nissan and leases like way expensive now
Okay.
and driving.
I like
American cars. I'm sorry.
No, I love American cars.
Because I was going to say, well, I drive a Chevy.
He's Patriot.
But they're very much like the Japanese cars now. Like it's all.
I can't
they're all-
fit America first on my license plate. If I could, I would.
American cars have a lot of mechanical problems.
So you put out a message to your listeners,
Yes.
talk about the 4th of July. I noticed why do Italians from Brooklyn they love 4th of July?
You know how much fun the 4th of July
Because
is?
because
so
there
much
used to be
fun.
a lot of
Before
fun.
Giuliani,
Yeah.
we used to buy fireworks.
Yeah.
And it was illegal, but we used to buy them. Somebody would go to China.
But people turned an eye.
And I used to I used to have my whole crate of fireworks.
You were a big firework guy.
Oh, big firework guy.
Yeah.
And then we would spend the whole day from my mother would tell me when I can go. She goes, no, it's too early yet. Then like 10 a.m. She was like, all right, now you can go out.
10 a.m.
Yeah, and then she wouldn't let me out before 10 a.m. So I would go out at 10 a.m. and start shooting off fireworks till like midnight that night. And
Yeah.
I had everything, colorful stuff.
Right.
I had M80s, blockbusters.
You had all the-
I used to throw blockbusters at old ladies.
Nice.
You know what I used to do? They were sitting by the porch nice and quiet. There's like a lemonade commercial. And I light the thing and I toss it and it would land in the leaves. And they'd be like, yeah, so boom! and they would come and tell my mother, get your son out of here.
Oh, they knew you were the guy on the block. Right? Yeah.
I'm sorry for ruining fireworks for all of New York City, guys. I really.
No, it was before
I
then.
used to throw smoke bombs in the ice cream man's truck.
Oh, man.
So it would fill up with smoke.
Giuliani is the one that took them away,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, he's a scumbag.
What year? That's like 1999. Because I grew
It
up.
was the end. Is his second term or yeah?
It was always.
it was early 90s,
my
yeah.
dad. I grew up in out here in Staten Island, and my dad was a big M80s blockbuster guy.
Yeah.
You know, he's from Brooklyn, and he used to blow up the block.
Essentially, a blockbuster is a quarter stick of dynamite.
Yeah, that's what he says every 4th of July. Actually,
Quarter stick of dynamite.
yeah.
We used to have so much fun. I think between block parties and the 4th of July, like in my neighborhood, like, you know, getting out of school was like a big deal because then you didn't have to go to school till September. So
Of course, yeah.
We'd get out of school last day, you know, rip up your books and everything. And then there will be Our Lady
Break
of
the
Miracles.
teachers.
Yeah, there will be like Our Lady of Miracles bazaar at the school for the Our Lady of Miracles, and it was great. And that's where you would meet like the girl that you were going to date the whole summer. Like I met a girl and I would be together the whole summer. Then the end of the summer closed with the Knights of Columbus bazaar.
Right.
By then she's already fucking another guy.
Yeah,
you know. And but in the middle of that was like the block parties. The fucking 4th of July, going to the beach, going to the fucking Rockaways. Like the summer used to be amazing.
Right, and what was your second holiday?
My first favorite holiday is Christmas. My second is 4th of July.
Okay, yeah, Christmas Eve probably.
I love Christmas Eve.
Yeah. So
I love Christmas Eve.
It's my birthday. Thank you.
Christmas Day is a little sad. Christmas Day is a little sad because it's almost over.
Yeah, but you have
lasagna.
I don't know. Yeah, exactly. You have lasagna.
No, but Christmas Eve, I love
Christmas
You get
Eve.
the fish.
Christmas Eve is amazing.
Antipasta.
I get drunk on Christmas.
Guys, I get it. You are excited for my birthday. It's fine.
I drink red wine on Christmas Eve. I drink
You like the red wine on the Christmas?
I love it. Christmas Eve is my
I
favorite.
like the
Me too.
antipasta. I'm a big antipasta.
You're a big antipasta.
Love it.
Dude, what'd you get? Antipasta Ceros?
Yeah.
Frank called you an Irishman before.
This guy's anti-establishment, anti-pasta.
Real Italians don't order antipasta in a pizza place.
Why not? I think it's the
Because it's
opposite.
fucking...
It's a sin. It's what it is.
Is Ciro's? I've never been in there. Isn't it more of a restaurant?
Yeah, you can't. It's not like a sit down.
There's 4 girls working there. They're all beautiful, right? And then this mother came in, and she was fucking banging.
She's hot.
How banging was the mother?
Staten Island.
She was
Yeah.
really hot.
She was fucking
Staten
ridiculous.
Island.
I knew she was a mom.
Staten Island has some premium grade A white girl. I'm not
Oh,
gonna
man,
lie. Yeah, it's very
when
good
we were
white girl
leaving,
out
she
here.
fucking looked at me.
Mateo,
You were sucking down.
they thought you were the gay diversity hire for the pizza. That's what they look at.
That place is good. Zeros?
We're like 2 minutes.
They're like,
in.
when's this guy bringing in the dough?
Well, first of all, she's like, "What do you want?" Mateo's like, 2 Diet Cokes on the rocks. I'm like,
Watch out for the thing.
That's what he started out with.
Yeah,
He's like,
2 Diet Cokes.
2 Diet Cokes.
He chugged them in,
Did he really say on the rocks?
slams them on the bar.
Like he's Dean Martin.
Slams them on the bar. Keep them coming.
And then you get the lemon. You take the lemon and you start sucking it down like a chicken wing.
No wonder why that was woman. I fucked him.
Wait, can I tell you my most awkward experience at Ciro's with Pontillo and Joe Mac? You guys,
right,
that
you
was
had a
really
thing
fucking
where-
awkward.
yeah.
You were both too high to talk to. What you talk, it was the worst. First of all, you go there and you order a calzone like a fucking freak. All right,
They make great calzones.
yeah. Secondly, then. What's his face orders Joe Mac orders some fucking specialty. I'm like, just get the regular slice.
What do you order?
It's raining outside. Some fucking white cheese, like white sauce with like yeah, you know.
I love calzones, though.
And calzones are. They make a good calzone.
They make a good calzone.
You know what makes a great calzone? Originals Pizza in Canarsie.
Original.
Best calzone you'll ever have.
I'll give you that. Let me finish. Let me finish.
Yeah, no. So we order we go there, and I'm telling this lady like we want what I order for. None of them can place the order. They can't make eye contact with this woman.
I can never.
They
make
went-
eye contact.
So we go and
doesn't
order the
change
pizza,
anything.
and then they're like, "Well, you got to go sit because you can't just get a slice and hang around there. You got to go sit down." I'm like, "Yeah, let's go sit
But I
down. It's
love
fine."
hanging around.
But their setting's really nice. It's like a nice atmosphere. So I think we
restaurant.
kind of felt like out of place a little bit because we're underdressed or whatever. But it's fine when it's dead. We get the stuff. The lady's about to. Our waitress is about to sit us down and bring us water. We order the water, and then they both go, "I don't feel comfortable, man. We got to get out of here." And they get their food. It's raining outside, and we're outside like fucking freaks eating pizza in the rain
Where's the other end of it?
outside of Ciro's.
Look, I thought it was a great night, and Joe Mack thought it. So maybe you're the.
Why do you explain to the audience?
Why am I eating boiling hot pizza outside in the rain when there's a restaurant right there? I didn't get that.
So this original pizza. Hang on, real quickly. What's the most
They just want the pizza.
original pizza? That's how long they been around for?
Since the 60s?
What's the most underrated pizza? Don't give me your number one. Give me the most underrated one in Brooklyn.
Jesupinas.
Where's this?
It's in Park Slope.
In Park Slope.
Yeah.
What avenue?
Like 6th?
6th? Okay, I'll give that a try.
I don't want this place to blow up.
You don't want it to. Don't worry.
You mentioned on the right podcast.
We're not exactly the Legion of Skanks.
The pizza's incredible. It's
Yeah?
family run, and they're really nice people.
Are you a big slice guy, or you like what Ciro's like thin, very thin?
I like that.
Yeah.
I like artichoke basil. It gets shit on. I like
Artichoke. That's the one. The big slice.
Yeah.
I like.
That's a meal though. That's one slice is a
Yeah,
giant
one-
fucking.
yeah,
You can't do like.
I do like their slice.
I do. It's not bad.
hot slice.
I'll tell you what though. When we go there, it's good. But if I've got it delivered once, and it doesn't hold up the same. You got to
A lot of
have it like
times,
kind of
right.
like there. Yeah.
Which one?
A lot of times the delivery doesn't hold up to the real thing.
Well, you're from Queens. You got
I gotta get good pizza.
you have a couple of places.
Sam's on Court Street, very good.
I gotta
Sam's
be
on
honest,
Court
though, Ciro's.
Keep-
No, I don't want it. I don't want it.
Ciro's is one of the best.
Ciro's is great. I think I like it better than Joe and Pat's.
Well, it's the same family.
Less salt.
Yeah.
Less salt.
Okay, you said the
Okay.
same thing.
Joe
Don't you?
and
thing is about Ciro's-
Joe and Pat's is very salty.
Think about Ciro's.
I said the same. Hold on. I said the same thing about Joe and Pat's. Less salt, but I like salt.
You like
The thing
the
about
salt,
Ciro's,
yeah.
it's not overwhelming. It's not too much
chargey.
grease or cheese. It's the perfect amount.
Okay.
And it's not too big. The slice.
If you get the pepperoni,
and that sauce is amazing.
the pepperoni pie from Joe and
Do you guys know who
Pat's.
makes the sauce at Ciro's? It's amazing.
My mother, makes the
I
soy
would
stick.
say my number one is Tutono. It's always going to be
didn't
you
charged.
you like to talk. We'll get
Didn't
into that.
charge.
Oh, what were you gonna say?
Farouk, why don't you explain to the audience what I'm wearing for the comical effect?
Oh, you wearing a pink little tank
a
top.
pink tank top
You're
with-
fine.
You
You
look like you were kicked out of Burning Man.
you look great. Don't worry about it. You look.
Okay, good.
What did your thing say?
That's Tommy Farrell.
What does it read? Tell us what your shirt says.
Take what your mama gave you.
Okay.
Yeah,
all
that's
right.
Tommy. Yeah. They have shirts like that. He looks like
That's how Tommy goes to sleep, like dressed like that.
He looks like like those like an old like Polaroid picture
Yeah.
from the 70s. If he jumped out at you and came to life.
Well, think about it. We'll get back to Titonia's, but real quickly, Tommy Farrell, very smart guy, because he's from Rockaway, right? He's from Breezy Point, and I guess he's been like the neighborhood drug dealer there for about 30 years.
Come on, don't blow up his spot.
Weed, okay? Well, he's not dealing anything.
No, I was talking about Rockaway.
So and he has a lot of friends, this guy. So now he's putting out these videos. These are you doing these with him? He puts out these videos, like cooking videos, where he shows you how to cook. How
The
you
wheat
cook,
stuff, right? Yeah, yeah,
edibles.
wheat.
I record, mix.
You're in those.
Yeah. I do all the audio. But he's
So he has a built-in following.
Yeah.
So now he's got these shirts and I mean I won't wear that one.
Okay.
But maybe I'll pick up a shirt. He's got a good little thing going on.
the pink.
Yeah.
We only made one pink one. It was
He's
for me.
actually very funny.
Yeah.
I like Tommy Farrell.
Yeah,
Tommy
yeah,
Farrell.
yeah.
20 minutes of that show
Well,
was good.
Maybe we should say some bad stuff about Tommy.
No.
Even it out.
I'm gonna get back to Titonia's real quick.
I feel bad. I always roast him when I'm on stage.
You're always killing him.
But
He yelled at you
loves
one
it.
time too.
Yeah, well,
He was
He
like
yelled at me one time.
Tommy Farrell yelled
Yeah,
at you too.
I was there.
Because I said I was Yankee fans.
Yeah.
Oh, he doesn't. He
was serious.
He was.
You live in Queens and root for the Yankees. I was like, because they're a better team.
He's just a loud guy. I don't think he was yelling. Like he just.
He's also Bobby Valentine's nephew.
Yeah, but you lived in Brooklyn.
He's also Bobby Kelly's heart. That's,
And also, you came out here to Staten Island. It's all Yankee.
Titonia's is I went there once and
The lady yelled at us.
lady yelled at
She
you.
was nasty.
I actually enjoyed their pizza, but I wouldn't go back.
The pizza is just unlike anything I've ever had in my
Where?
life.
we got yelled at Lee's too. I didn't like that shit.
That's
that was
why I
the
wouldn't
other
tell. That's why I didn't send them there.
But no, Titonia's is like an old school margarita pie.
The most overrated pizza is Danino's.
Yeah.
Yeah, agreed.
oh, yeah.
Agreed. And they've fallen hard. Like they used to be good at one. They've fallen
Zombies
hard.
of you're a big Danino's guy, right?
I mean, I enjoy it. To me, it's like all pizza is pizza. So
All right, give the mic back. Get out of here. Get out.
You have enough said. Spoken like a true Irishman. Now get the fuck out of my face.
It tastes better than my mom's cooking. It's good.
Yeah, a good pizza zombie's a Lunchables microwavable one.
You two really do fucking drown on the shallow side of the pool.
By the way, I've made a comeback on this podcast. Jokes have been hitting.
No, you're doing fine. Go on, Bucket of
I
Phillips.
love my favorite.
First rule of Freak Madness: assert your
My
dominance.
favorite personality trait of
Pontillo's.
Pontillo's is how when
has
you
to-
insult him, he doesn't accept it.
He comes back with something 30 minutes.
He
later.
has a very remember in college where someone would get like a B and they're like, I deserve an A, right? And he comes over to you at the end of class and you got to be like, well, you got a B in the class, and then you're like, fuck it, just give him the fucking A.
He'll show you a tape where he has a men's and men's set. You know, he'll be, what do you think?
Mean?
Half and half, like half and half.
But you don't feel like
He'll show you like a tape. It's got a half and half set,
Italian.
and then he'll be like, "How was it?" Be like, "Oh, a couple of jokes at the end didn't hit." He goes like, "I thought they were good. The audience was laughing."
that's right.
That's my brand.
Your brand is
You don't feel
blind loyalty to yourself.
Yeah.
We were talking
Stubbornness, that's
we were
the
talking
brand.
earlier about the roast battle he did in L.A. I thought James got robbed.
Well, that was the
That one definitely. That one.
I thought that was fucked up.
I don't think he got robbed. I think she was like this much better.
No.
Jill's on home turf, so
Yeah.
you know it's
Is this on
funny,
YouTube
yeah.
or?
No, it's on
James has to
Periscope.
send it to you when he's drunk. He might text you, "We are one."
We are one.
That was funny.
I should have saved that.
The funny thing is when you text Mateo, "We are one," like it's just gonna prompt
He's
a very.
trying to shame me. He goes, "I have a text from you," because I don't save anything. I have OCD, so I delete all my threads.
Yeah.
And sometimes I think like if I was having a texting conversation with a girl and it looks like we're not getting along, I want to get the bad karma off my phone,
Right,
so
okay.
we can text again and it'll be better.
Okay.
So he saves the text that I sent him where I said, "You're getting better at comedy."
Yeah.
And he's trying to shame me with it. He's like, "I have a text if you complimented me." Like, what are you holding that over my head?
No, in case your podcast blows up.
Oh.
People that you said was funny.
I should save the "We Are One." I should have saved the "We Are One."
I have it. I can send it to you.
No, I don't want it. I seen that once with enough.
He has to James. You always got to reassure everyone that you're doing well.
Yeah.
You know what I like?
Well, how else would they know?
You know the funny thing about James?
You're
is,
doing okay.
At 6 p.m. or 6:15, I get a text from him. He's at the mic and he's telling me who's up,
Yeah.
who's bombing, who should quit.
It's like you're there.
It's like I don't have to go to the mic. It's for me to play my voice. I don't have to be there. Every night at 6:15. Not every night. He stopped for a while. But like about 6:15, he's like, "Oh, this is fucking Claire Parker."
Yeah, you have a.
He's like, "I just saw Emily Wilson and Claire Parker having a conversation. Two geniuses." I field all these messages.
I had
It's funny.
Pontillo.
I'm cooking my dinner and I'm listening.
I had Pontillo along with Wicks,
Yeah.
the two of them. One guy tunes into the show, right? He tunes in and he goes, "Yeah, I listened to you guys with Pontillo and Wicks, and I didn't know who the fuck you guys were talking about, but it was the most entertaining thing ever.
Yeah.
Because all you guys
That
did was
it's
shit
fun.
talk."
I listened to that episode.
Oh, you listened to it, right?
I listened to that. I actually listened to the whole episode, and I got it because I know
You're in the
what you're talking
scene.
about. But you guys, you know what made that episode work? Even if you don't know the people, you guys seem like you're having such a good time on that episode.
Yeah, it was fun.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, that was especially fucking Wicks. He's fucking spazzing out.
Oh yeah.
With that maniacal
Yes.
laugh that he's got.
Now I don't understand. I don't understand. Like people think Mateo is an autistic man,
Right.
but Wicks is just as autistic
No,
sometimes.
Yeah.
you know what it is?
Well, he has Tourette's.
He's got more. He's got more of a physical thing. Like
Yeah.
sometimes when
Yeah.
you're talking to him, he'll get right up in your face like he's about to make out
Yeah,
with
it's all
you.
physical.
Yes.
And when he laughs, he looks like he's like about to pass out.
Well, it's Tourette's. Uncontrolled
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Tourette's is the.
I didn't know you had Tourette's.
Yeah, Tourette's is like.
Go ahead, doctor.
I thought you just microwaved him as a baby. That's
From multiple doctors have told me the spectrum, like autism, Asperger's inward, but Tourette's is the same condition but outward.
Oh.
Okay.
So like the brain isn't the brain mimics itself in reverse. So if
I'm sorry. Hang
This
on.
is the worst TED Talk ever. This is
Hey, Mateo, where'd you get that bracelet? 1975.
it's an epilepsy bracelet.
Zombie just said something. Looked
born
around the
with
room.
He has obnoxious football dad energy. It was like
So yeah, no, but I like Dan Wicks a lot.
Okay.
But yeah,
great.
but
He's afraid to book me.
Dan Wicks.
You want to know
Yeah.
something? He booked me 2 years ago and I murdered. And then he never booked me again. But he books like scrubs all the time. He books a lot
he's
of
like
scrubs.
a loyalty guy.
Yeah, he's not loyal to me.
I think he has a little bit of an arrogance thing because I'll be honest, like it's not that if I message you and ask you for a spot and you say no, that's fine. But when you leave people on red that you see regularly and like
Or
it
if you
just
say you're on the list, I hate that.
yeah, like
The
dude, just be
list is-
straight up. I don't care. Like just be straight up. Like yo, I don't want to book you. Whatever. Dude, don't beat around the bush. Just be a man about it. That's all.
I like Dan Wicks.
I do like Dan Wicks, but
He's a good guy.
he's a good guy. But when it comes to his show, he's really weird about it. I'm gonna be straight up. Yeah. I like Wicks. We're friends, but
He's denied me time.
I literally have gatekeepers working against me.
Who?
I don't want to say.
You don't want to say? Okay.
I don't want to say who. But I got people.
I hate that.
I have people that even if I am going to get booked, they'll
Yeah.
stop it.
It's such
people
bullshit.
against me. I got people against me, and I'm not being paranoid. I have proof.
No, it's ridiculous, and also these gatekeepers have moved up in comedy.
I don't know. I didn't do anything to anybody except be funny.
Yeah,
I'm not a liability. Sometimes I fucking walk a room, but everybody has that. Everybody has that.
Yeah.
I mean, how? But I mean, I've seen you.
I've done that twice.
You've done it twice,
walked-
where you legitimately walked. How many people in the room?
Like 20.
Okay, that's enough.
How many people?
Because if it was like 6, it's like all right.
No, I mean,
know.
it's not my fault. People are faggots.
We walked the room in Salem. In Salem, we walked the room. Those women walked.
I wasn't there.
Walked a
No,
few
I wasn't
audience
there.
members. That's like, well, it was like 6 people. But you walked an entire room
Yeah,
where everyone left.
like 3 people stayed.
2-3 people. Yeah.
Where was this?
Poco Lounge.
It takes time. Leave it for
And
like
then
a couple
once
of
at Grizzly Pear, I walked about 30 people at the Grizzly Pear.
At the Pear?
Yeah. It was my show, though.
It was your own show. What were you doing?
Jokes.
Well, that's not really popular at the Pear, so.
I have this thing I do when I notice people getting upset. I go
harder.
And I did like 4 rape jokes.
You have 4?
I got about 6. They go. Then somebody asked him outside, "What was wrong?" And this guy goes, I like offensive humor. But that guy was bad.
Do we have any rape jokes? No. I don't know. I mean, not that I just haven't thought of
I
a
have
good
a date
one.
rape joke.
Give me a good one. Give me a good one. I don't mean to put you on the spot.
Date rape. Is that even a thing? Back in the 80s, we used to call that Friday night. It's like I bought you a bacon cheeseburger deluxe at the diner. You had to expect to get out of my car with at least your shirt ripped. I think this falls under the umbrella of white people problems. You know what I mean? Black women are like, you bought her food? And she didn't give him no pussy? And she gonna get mad.
But isn't it true that black women take rape a little more, Well, there's that.
Take it on the chin.
Yeah, they do. They walk it off,
Hey, this is an American thing. Back in Europe, your Uncle Louis comes into your bedroom at 3 o'clock in the morning, he taps you on your forehead with his prick. You just go, you know what? Uncle Louis has to get his own apartment.
Uncle Louie? I love it. It's Uncle Louie.
Uncle Louis.
Yeah.
So
That joke used to murder.
it is to kill, right?
And then I did. So you ever see a girl on the street so hot? I'm talking porn star hot.
Right.
You think to yourself for one split second, you know what? I get rape.
Yeah,
Not that you would do it per se, but you understand the drive.
Yeah.
And everybody gets really quiet, and then I go, I know this sounds really crazy to people, but I bet the same people, if I ask them, have you ever thought about killing anybody? They would right away, without missing a beat, they would go, yeah. And that's insane, because when you get raped, usually you get to live. Sure, you end up in therapy. You're probably never going to have a normal relationship with a man ever again, but you get to live to see another day.
Right.
That's my problem. That's my pet peeve.
Yeah, that's if an amateur's doing the job,
This
though.
is my pet. Then I go. My pet peeve with rape victims. I have a pet peeve with rape victims. They don't know how to look on the bright side. Because at what point does a horrific crime, which rape is, at what point does it just transcend into plain old fashioned self-indulgence? I don't know. And then I go, I don't know, guys. I'm just one man. I'm just one man up here trying to make a difference.
It's a very. Do you remember that show?
The Greg and Rob podcast.
Do you remember that show? You ever watch that show Green Room on Showtime?
Yeah.
Remember when Jamie Kilstein went on that little fucking poetic rant?
Yeah.
Right. This is the opposite of that.
But I used to do that joke, and it would be in silence with some really people who were afraid to laugh. And I really was proud of that joke. I honed it. I did it.
Yeah, it's a very it's more of a spoken word. There's punchlines.
It's very Sarah Silverman.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you're towing the line with just enough.
Yeah,
Just enough
the
cheekiness.
first one you
Yeah.
told that's a classic comedy joke, but I mean, there's room for it. There should have been
People always say rape is about power.
Yeah.
I don't think that's true. I think they say it's not about sex, it's about power. I think it's a little bit to do with sex, because otherwise you drag a girl into a dark alley, beat the ever-loving shit out of her, but leave your pants on.
That's funny. That's funny. I like that. That's funny. That's funny.
Frank looked at Zombie. I wrote a joke. I want to try to do it.
I think your rape jokes are a little forced.
This is the only place I would do them.
Yeah, I know. It's the rape dungeon.
Now he's gonna text you at 6 a.m. Remember when you laughed at my rape joke again?
I wrote this joke. I would never do this on stage because it doesn't work for me and Greg at all. But I went, working at a rape crisis center definitely qualifies you to judge comedy because they're experts at having to listen to people make exaggerated claims. Wow, really? That was just a statement.
One of my favorite roast jokes, I've heard a lot of people use it. It's like a recycled joke that a few people have used at different roasts because people that roast steal. They steal.
It's a very simple formula. It's A plus B equals C.
joke.
You know, it's,
Yeah, I stole that joke, by the way.
This is a comeback that I find very funny. They say it. I've seen it. I've heard it like 3 or 4 times used towards female comedians. You look like you were falsely accused men of rape. That's really funny.
Right.
Because there are girls that do that, or exaggerate at least.
Right.
And it's funny to say that to girls who they're all feminists, they're all angry, and that's a joke that can undercut them and fucking piss them off.
It gets them down.
That's used a lot.
yeah.
But everything during those
That
roasts-
one and like you look like you call the cops on black people or whatever like that.
Right.
That one, yeah.
Everything during those roasts are always going to be like
Derivative.
there
It's
are a
all
lot of
derivative.
there are a lot of
jokes. It's
stock-
the same stuff
yeah.
recycled and then
It's gotten very rare to see really original.
yeah.
There's nothing out
There's a
there.
lot of stock premises.
One of my
Yeah.
favorite roasts is Andrew Casatano roasting Caitlin Palufo.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was
my
good.
God. That was fucking great.
That was funny. He's a funny guy. You know,
one-
he's very
I think
I think
creative.
the best one of all time is Zach Amico and Kieran Feehan.
I saw that one. He's good. He's
That
very
got, like,
good.
millions of views.
Yeah.
You know, he's just that Zach.
He's a character.
He's a character.
He used to host an open mic
Where?
8 years ago at CB's Comedy Club. He came in with that fucking mohawk. I was like, this guy's a character.
I did one show
He's
with
an
him.
hilarious wrestler.
He's hilarious.
Yeah, his wrestling
very good
videos are
wrestler.
great.
He's
like that character's
He went to
awesome.
film school. He went to film school.
Yeah, he's a creative guy. But that
Some of his jokes.
but
are
he
amazing.
does this independent wrestling.
Yeah.
And it's excellent. He like like he's like an old school, like he's like Paula Bear, like he went into the ring and got like his ass kicked, and like I did a show with him like a week later, and he had like the fucking bandana on. He showed the gash.
Yeah, he does crazy shit.
Like,
Did he,
it was
staple?
no joke.
He like staple stuffed his body and shit. Like yeah,
You know,
he's,
but
Split his head open.
he's dedicated. Okay.
We did a show with him with his like he had a bandana on, and when he revealed like he had a huge gash in the middle of it.
I literally
He
just said
did.
that.
No, you didn't get to it.
He's a character. He's definitely a character. I think the most audacious thing he's ever done is make out with Yamanika.
Did you
Oh, really?
Where was this?
He talked about it on Road.
I don't think she's that bad looking. No,
she's
No,
not.
it's disgusting.
I'm just, because she's big. I'm just
No, interracial.
Well, Zach's big
it's
too.
because she's black. No, I love Yamanika.
She really
she's my
she
homegirl.
puts the moo and moo young.
No, she.
Now, okay. Fucking.
Yamanika is so fat, even her name starts with Yum.
But get
I'm on board with this.
back to that Moulignon joke. Now, you didn't know what Moulignon meant at one point,
I
right?
just meant black.
So he thought, oh no, was it? No, I'm sorry.
Jigaboo,
No, jigaboo. He had no
I
idea.
just meant black. I thought it meant women.
You thought it meant
That's like a grandpa word.
yeah, jigaboo. I remember this guy stopped us. I remember I was like 11 years old. This guy outside of Delhi out here stopped me, Rob, and my friend, and he goes, "Yeah, how's it going? How's school?" Like just like some random nice old Italian man, and we're like, "Yeah, good." He's like, "Let me ask you something. Down by where you guys go to school, a lot of jungle bunnies, right?" So I go,
You're looking around for rabbits.
I had no idea what the fuck he was talking about. I'm like, jungle bunnies? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? He's like, yeah, jungle bunnies. You know.
Hamsters.
Yeah, he goes, jigaboos, ditsus. So it's like Moulignon. So he goes, you know.
Ham bones.
He's like,
Eventually, he's like fucking. He says the N word.
yeah, he goes, he's like niggas. So we're like, oh my God. we're like, yeah, they just robbed me too.
Your
No.
parents like don't ever say that word.
Oh my God. This fucking nice old man. We used to wave hi to him
What
all
was
the
his
time.
name?
I don't know.
No,
Sal.
when I was growing up, I grew up in a predominantly Italian neighborhood.
Yeah.
A couple of Irish people. When I was growing up, the only time I ever saw black people was when they were in my neighborhood to rob somebody's bike. And that's the truth. I saw a black guy for the first time. He had a gun in his mouth because an Italian father grabbed
Oh
him.
my God.
Put the gun in his mouth, wait for the cops to come. And the first thing the cops said when they got there was, "You have a permit for that?" He goes, "Yes, I do." I go, let me see. Like, they were busting his balls. And then they arrested the kid. He was stealing a little white kid's bike.
I don't know why. I always find it funny when like the cops come and they start beating up the perp, like after, like on a
Cops are really
citizen
racist,
arrest.
you know?
Oh, of course.
One time I was belligerent. I was drunk beyond belief, and I was coming home from a nightclub in my Honda Civic, and it just died on the not the BQE. What's that? The Gowanus Express.
Okay, yeah.
And there's no lights there, so I call with my phone. I call. I don't know. I think 911.
Okay,
Like, all right,
yeah.
we're going to send a cop. We're going to send a. They're gonna
The squad car, yeah.
So all of a sudden, I'm sitting in the car. I'm completely drunk, and a guy comes along and rear ends me. And I get out, and he goes, "Are you all right?" I go, "Yeah." So then I'm calling back the cops. And he goes, if I were you, I wouldn't tell him. I go, why? He goes, he's a black guy. He's like, my man, you nice. So, if they see the condition you're in, you can be trouble. I was like, fuck you. And I call the cops. The cops come there. I could barely stand up. I'm holding onto my car.
Really?
And as soon as the cops get out of the car, this guy jumps up and goes, officer, this guy's fucking drunk. And they go, shut the fuck up. Get against the car. You shut your mouth. So then he goes, what's your name? He looks at my license. He goes, Mr. Terranova, is everything okay? Yeah, I'm fine. So he starts writing up a police report alongside the cop car, like 2 feet away from them. I'm pissing. I'm taking a leak on the highway. So the black guy's girlfriend looks at me, and the tow truck driver hated me. And he looks at the tow truck driver and goes, look at that. And he goes, no class.
I picture the black guy's girlfriend.
The tow truck guy kept calling me a Puerto Rican bastard.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not Puerto Rican.
What was he? Was he a white guy?
He was a white guy. I think he was Italian. I was like, I kept telling him, listen, say whatever you want, but I'm not Puerto Rican. And then they told him, you got to drive him home. Because they took my car and put it in the lot. I never claimed it.
The tow truck driver had to drive you home.
Once they towed my truck, I never went to my car. I never went to pick it up. And he had to drive me home, and he was so mad that he had to drive me home because he hated me.
The cops are just so fucking.
And you know what happened?
1 second.
3 months later, I collected $3,000.
$3,000. What, from the insurance?
And it was a Florida insurance company, and and he was trying to get away with it. I had to keep calling back. They said, make sure you keep calling back. I kept calling back. Boom, I got my check. And you know what I did with the check? I produced my first play.
What the check?
My first play, Welcome to Canarsie, in 2002. I produced it. I put the money down on the theater. I hired all the actors.
Theater?
Huh?
What theater?
It's not there anymore. It was a black box theater on East 39th, I want to say. And it was great. It was my first play. That's when I started being creative.
Make money off it?
Yeah, we broke even.
Yeah.
We'll get into that. Hang on.
The last time was Staten Island for your show on a Thursday at that German place.
Right.
When I got in the ferry, there was this junkie who was acting very erratic. Within 5 minutes,
Like most junkies.
yeah. The cops within 5 seconds are beating the shit out of this guy. I don't know why we didn't give him a warning or handcuff him. They were beating this guy.
I'm gonna tell you, were you the crackhead in the story?
No, I was not. I was observing. I was like, what did he do earlier to get this beating?
Tends to happen.
I like the mild manner junkie. Excuse me.
Hey, I'm just here. So, have you ever thought about doing a one-man show, Frank? You never think about doing that?
I've experienced writing plays and acting in plays.
Right.
And I've experienced a stand-up, and I often thought that would make sense. But it's not something... I haven't sat down to do it. If I did it, it wouldn't be a lot of stand-up in it. A lot of people do one-man shows, and it's a lot of stand-up.
It doesn't have to be.
It wouldn't be stand-up. It would be more autobiographical. And I saw a play in the 2000s that was very inspiring. It was about a gay black guy who goes back to Philadelphia to come out to his family.
Okay.
And he goes into the basement and he sees his old record collection because he was a DJ when he was young. And through the records, it tells the story of this kid's coming out to his parents. And I would do something like that. It wouldn't be about a guy coming out to his parents, but it would be something autobiographical about me, like a film, but as a one-man show.
Yeah, because it's a way of...
It's a little bit like even like Chaz Palminteri's A Bronx Tale.
Yeah,
Right.
I wouldn't want to do anything like what John Leguizamo does. He just does
that's...
flat-out performance. I want
great.
to do it with a story and a set. I want there to be a set.
But that is like a one man show, like Ghetto Clown and
Leguizamo.
all that shit. Yeah, it's like one man. I don't consider that stand up. Like people would refer to him as a comedian. I'm like, he's not really doing stand up there. John Leguizamo. He's not really doing comedy,
And they're great. I
love those things.
I think they're awesome.
It's not comedy.
I definitely would do something like that.
When they fucking talk about like post comedy, like the fucking that bullshit, like the Hannah Gatsby stuff, I'm talking. I gotta. I never lose my cool on the show. Go on. When they talk about post comedy and like John Leguizamo was doing something that was more than stand up while still being funny. Like he was still comedic, but there was times where it was drama. You're watching something different from watching the average comedy special.
Right, the difference
when they
between-
talk about someone like Hannah Gatsby who's totally unfunny and she's out there and she's trying to say that she's doing a stand up comedy special, I'm like, well, that's not really. That you're
So you
just,
would say
It was an
more of a-
emotional TED talk. I watched it.
it's
And
a
listen,
fail.
I'm not hating against what it is, but stop labeling it as comedy because it's not comedy. It's the same thing with like that brown guy's popular Hassan Minaj, right? He's like he does a Netflix show. His comedy, if you guys watch it, you won't get it because it's not geared to. You know what I mean? Like it's a very niche kind of thing that you're trying to push on everybody to try to make it a blanket kind of like comedy thing, where it's not, and that's okay if it's a niche thing, but trying to push it as the modern standard for comedies, it's just ridiculous.
Well, we were talking about post comedy. There are two ways you can do it very well or very wrong. I would think of Hannah Gadsby's in that is very wrong, but like the essence of post comedy right would be like stuff on Adult Swim, like Eric Andre. Yeah, I'm doing comedy justice.
Go on.
Odd Futures, Loiter Squad, anything Tim and Eric, for God's sake.
But you're talking about alternative comedy.
The alt doesn't like that doesn't really I think like polarize people. You know, like this shit. Like,
I think
I noticed you're a hard person to make laugh. You don't laugh too much from other people. Is that new?
what kind of?
Yeah, I don't think anybody's funny.
Well, you're very insecure about that.
No, in general. I'm not talking about me. Take me out of the equation.
This was my biggest problem with Racine.
Yeah.
Right.
He hated that I didn't laugh at his jokes.
Well, there's a way.
No, it's not true. Frank texts me laughing emojis all the time. I don't know if you know.
There's a way of playing off.
No, because the thing is that Frank listens to you,
right,
and he's coming up with shit in his head. So when I say, if like we do the podcast we do Frank's podcast all the time. So if I say something that like merits a laugh, I know Frank, it will stop him.
Right.
But he's constantly thinking. So like any real person would be able to notice that,
right?
You know, someone who's someone who's so desperate for approval, right? Who is like in a conversation trying to be funny 100% of the time is going to be annoyed by him not laughing.
You're referring to Mike Racine.
I'm not referring to him. I'm referring to just anybody. No, not you.
A lot of people in the comedy community don't like that I don't laugh at their jokes. They're like, even people that meet me for the first time, when they first meet me, they'll be like, I got to make this guy laugh. Like this girl told me one time, she goes, that was my goal, to make you laugh.
Really?
Because I guess I look like and sometimes people look at me and they're like, man, you look like you are not having it. I'm like, wow, I'm just saying.
Well, sir, I mean, there's a way of.
I guess, do I have a pissed off look on my face?
No, I never got that.
No, but also
me.
like, okay, a lot of people who have been in comedy for a long time, they don't have that like kind of, I don't know, like I don't know, you kind of get bored of like.
1 second. You have a pissed off look to you?
A lot. Frank,
he says everything about himself.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, I was mad that day. He goes, you know who was mad that day? Me. I'm hungry. Yeah, me too.
You don't seem like an upset guy.
I'm not.
Let's go outside. I was just going to go outside.
Mateo, how are you going to walk around with an angry face in that shirt? Seriously. What are you mad about? The pride's ending? Is that?
Hey, Greg, I'm thinking of doing a one-man show. Oh, you know who else is doing
I am not planning on doing a one-man show.
Look how happy
You are
Tommy
one
Farrell
man
is.
I am.
is in that.
You know, I finally cured my autism. You know who also cured their autism? Me.
Duca.
So,
He has the answers to everything you have a question about.
well, I like when he.
I do like the shirt. You look like you got kicked out of Pride for being a crazy retard.
I like when Mateo. He'll like finish your sentence with you.
Yeah.
It's like we're a tag team.
Yeah.
But I don't understand who tells you.
Sometimes we finish each other's sentences.
I don't think anyone says you look angry. You look more like chaotic.
Yeah, I get that more often too.
Are you an agent of chaos?
I want to be.
He looks like a gay member of the Polar Bear Club.
My mother says a little much.
Mateo looks like the lifeguard that only saves gay people.
Whatever. I don't care. I have 9 pink shirts.
Drown, you cisgendered white.
You do look like you do look like an eraser that's got used too much.
He looks like a muscle builder in the 20s.
No, I've been going to the gym every day.
I was gonna go shaft miner.
I've been lifting weights every day since.
He looks like a Coppertone commercial from 1935.
You know, it's really funny. I've been lifting weights every day since October.
But why?
Wait, you've been lifting weights since October?
Yeah.
No definition, bro.
No, I know. I'm trying to put up to it.
But why that shirt? Why did you pick? I mean, I'm sure there was.
You're not like in bad shape, but
No, he's not
Yeah.
in bad shape
you're
at
not
all.
jacked for lifting weights.
No, I'm trying to get built up to that.
You look,
damn.
you look like a lifeguard on.
That's actually alarming because you should be jacked as fuck
I
right
am.
now.
The side of my
No.
You have a lot of acne too.
You look like Christian Bale in The Machinist right now. Like that's way off from fitness goals right there, buddy.
No, I'm gonna get better at it.
Okay.
He's a good guy.
You look like Christian Bale done working out.
No, I also stopped carbs 100%. I stopped eating carbs.
You stopped eating carbs.
Well, I ran a
You just had pizza.
Again, you're not in.
When in Rome, do as the Romans. I know the last. Honestly, I ran to Frank in the subway every day, and I was going to be going to Subway to go to Krispy Kreme. It was the first time I ate carbs in 2 months.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm thinking,
He goes, where you going? I said, I'm going home. I go, where you going? He goes, get Krispy Kreme donuts. I've never had a Krispy Kreme donut in my
I've never
life.
had one. They're pretty good.
So good. You should get one.
Well, I don't want to start. on that.
How's Russian politics going for you?
I haven't been following the subreddits.
He's very into Russian politics. You know that
He's
about
into
him?
a lot of things.
He's into a lot of weird...
I get a message from Mateo a couple months ago. Hey, Frank, I have an extra ticket to a speaking engagement. What was it for?
Ancient Norwegian mythology and history.
Yeah.
Which is really
I
rough
go.
Frank's
I
alley.
said, I didn't want to be a dick. I was like, thank you for asking me, but that doesn't sound like something I would be interested in.
Right.
And he was like, I didn't think so.
I think you asked Nick Tillelli that too. Oh, no, Taxi Driver.
No, he invited me to Taxi Driver at midnight. I would have went if it was earlier.
Okay. Yeah.
If it was at 8, I would have went.
You went.
Yeah.
And...
I'm in my second dream at midnight.
Okay.
The one confidence that I have in life is if the FBI ever corrals me, I can be like, I have the whereabouts of Mateo Pascal.
Honestly, I go to bed. I try to go to bed like 10:30.
10:30.
Yeah.
And you're an early riser.
If I'm up at 11:15, I'm like, oh my god, I got to shut off my computer. I'm usually not up that late.
Right.
Really?
Yeah, 10:30, I'm ready.
You're done.
Sometimes,
Every day, no matter
and
what.
if I'm really exhausted, let's say I worked out and I didn't get sleep the night before, and I worked out and I worked hard, I'll go to bed 9:30.
Okay.
If I'm really tired. There's always don't you have one day a week where you really fucking feel
Yeah,
spent?
I've done 10.
Monday, I don't do shit.
It happens to me like if I get 3 bad nights sleep, let's say I get anxiety and I don't sleep too well, that third day I need to go to bed at 9 o'clock.
I like to take off from comedy on Wednesday nights. First off, there's not a whole... If I'm not booked,
Sunday usually
there's not a
for me.
whole lot of mics.
There's a
So,
lot of nights on Wednesday.
not a lot of good ones for me.
Not anymore. It's kind of weird.
Housewards,
Yeah, I don't like doing it.
No, there's
Nice.
just
I don't know
weird.
what
There's
the
just
mics
weird
are.
fucking internet gatekeeping with you sign up for the spot online, but you got to show up on time to the mic too. What the fuck was the point of me
What-
reserving
for
a spot
what
online?
mic? What-
A lot of mics are doing
On
this
Wednesday
shit.
night?
Yeah,
You should never do mics, but you got to sign up.
It's just
The-
fucking stupid.
You should only do show up and throw your name in the bucket.
You've done duplex.
That's what I'm trying
Yeah, I
to
didn't do
get.
plays. I've done it a few times in the last like 2
the draw with
months.
that is they give you,
It's
3
so
minutes,
expensive.
Crosstalk.
And then it's reality. It's 2.5 minutes. I'm sorry.
No, yeah, the duplexes. I've done them maybe 2 times the last 3 months. It's very
You should go there with that shirt.
Get right up.
no.
Lifeguard on Gay Watch. I said,
There must be. You better be careful. There might be a homo in there whose kink is banging a retard.
I don't think it's that good.
It's the village idiot people.
That's good.
Hey.
no, the YMCA.
They're not doing any of the letters right.
Can you picture Mateo in a Navy outfit? A Navy uniform?
I could actually look like an old sailor, like from the 40s.
Yeah, you could pass for that.
It's really funny because I one of the me and Tommy's video clips. I used the Pirates of Penance opening song as an audio clip.
Yeah, Mateo would have been good as Robin Williams' son in a movie.
Which one are you talking about?
House of D.
The dead one, the dead Robin Williams.
You should be in the reboot of Mork.
I think I should be in a reboot of Forrest Gump.
No, I told him he looks like Dustin Hoffman.
Maybe Forrest Gumpier. I don't know.
Because he thinks he looks like Al Pacino, which
Maybe not.
I get the Dustin Hoffman part. I don't see the Al Pacino.
at
I
80.
see the
at 80. Maybe de-aged Al Pacino in The Irishman.
Dusty Hoffman.
More like Boston Hoffman.
Mateo's got a good sense of. He's got a good sense of himself. He
does.
posts on Instagram how good looking he finds himself.
He really does. He thinks he's like an Adonis.
Maybe in his community he is.
Well,
He's like that. He's like a 10 for his people.
Yeah, he really puts
You mean gay lifeguards, right? Or
that shirt puts the gay in Fugazi.
hey.
Fugazi.
Now,
We're talking about Benghazi now.
Benghazi.
You know who I love? Meryl Streep.
you're a big Meryl Streep
I
fan?
love her.
She's a good actress.
You didn't get her on this podcast?
I love her.
No.
I was watching It's Complicated the other night for the second time.
Right.
You know something? I
Her
feel
best
like-
looking role, by the way, I think.
I
at an
think
older
that-
age.
I think that not only is she a genius, she's fucking beautiful.
In that movie.
That
For
is
her,
the
no,
white-
you're right. She aged
That
really
is
well.
the whitest movie.
It is.
I never
There is
seen
not
it.
a single black person in that movie.
No.
Maybe
It's
that's why I like it
complicated.
so much.
It's on my DVR too.
No, who was in that movie? What's his name from The Office?
John Krasinski.
Krasinski.
He plays,
plays
like...
like-
No,
he plays
this
this
Zoe
Jim.
Kazan. I love her.
Who's she?
That's the daughter,
Zoe
right?
Kazan's granddaughter.
Right.
But
Yeah.
which daughter? The
That's
oldest?
the youngest daughter.
Yeah, she's been in a lot of TV shows and movies. She was on Bored to Death, I think. If I'm not mistaken.
She's on the
I
Deuce.
love that show with
Yeah.
the dancing.
I like her a lot. I think she's cute.
The guy from The Office? That was the most unnecessary role in any movie I've ever
Frank
seen.
has one of my favorite lines ever about when John Krasinski was making that horror movie.
Yeah.
No, not the horror movie. The fucking when he played Jack Ryan. He did Jack Ryan.
Right. He's yeah.
And Frank's like, I can't buy John Krasinski as a tough guy. It took him 5 years to close Pam, and she was a 3.
I said she was a 6.
She's on a 3.
She's
cute.
She's
In real life, she's pretty hot though.
She's a Scranton 6.
She's a Scranton 6.
No, it's just Scranton 8. Come on.
Scranton. There's a lot of ugly people in Scranton.
Jenna,
We did a show there.
Jenna, no, I liked Ellie Kemper.
Ellie
Yeah,
Kemper.
she's good.
She is very good.
She's the one from the later
She's got
seasons.
something.
Ellen, she's Erin. Erin.
Yeah.
Is that
Erin. Yeah, Erin. Yeah.
She's Unbreakable Kimmy Smith.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I never saw that.
Good show.
I only know her from The Office. Do you remember when Michael fired her and she started crying?
I didn't watch
Yeah,
that.
No,
yeah.
that was Pam.
That was Pam in the
That was Pam.
beginning.
I got confused. Ellie
No,
Kemper-
he did. No, it was Aaron. You're right. It was Aaron.
No, I think it was.
No, it
No,
was
Aaron.
Pam.
And no, he
That's
does
an
it to
old-
Aaron.
He
does it to Aaron.
Maybe,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think Ellie Kemper and Steve Carell had great chemistry on that show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're a big Office guy. You like
It's
the.
after Seinfeld, I think it's the best show on the list.
You are a big Seinfeld. You like
Yeah, I love
Seinfeld.
Seinfeld.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Like I think Seinfeld is objectively the best sitcom since The Honeymooners. It's since All in the Family. It's great.
Yeah.
Right.
And then I think after Seinfeld, the next best recently is The Office. The Office is up there with Seinfeld. I think The Office is on the same level as Seinfeld.
Really?
I think for me, I agree with the Seinfeld because Seinfeld is just fucking timeless. Like that, everybody enjoys that in generations across, right? But Office and Arrested Development for me have kind of like a tie, like second place. Kinda.
Arrested Development is culty and you can forget about it, but I think The Office is legit.
I remember in The Office when it aired in 2000.
The common person would enjoy The Office
Yeah.
more than
Yeah.
Arrested Development.
I remember it
love
was called the next
Steve-
Seinfeld.
I love Steve Carell. I love.
He's delivered it
I
so
love
well.
Michael Scott. I love his. He is that show. When he left that show,
Yeah, no, they barely got on. Yeah, and then the writers also changed. That's what also hurt the show.
Well, without him, it was pointless.
Yeah,
He's become such a big name as an actor.
he's a good actor.
He's like a Tom Hanks.
You know what's
almost.
funny?
Oh, yeah, you're right,
When
yeah.
he first came along on The Office, I was like, yeah, I like this guy, and I knew him from Anchorman, and just based on what he did on The Office and the pathos and the way it was like darkly serious at times, I was like, this guy reminds me of Peter Sellers. Peter Sellers was a great actor. Come to find out, Steve Carell looks up to Peter Sellers. He idolizes him.
Yeah. He and what I liked about
I'm foreign. Who's Peter Sellers?
That's
He's a-
Dr. Clouseau.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I do like that. I like that guy a lot.
And
Yeah.
he was in a movie called. He was in a great movie
Strange
called
Love.
Being There.
Right.
Being
that was
there
the one.
was
Okay. I didn't know. I love that
Yeah.
guy. That guy's a great actor.
Also,
That's right.
he was in this movie called Murder by Death where he played Charlie Chan.
I never seen that.
Never seen that.
And a white guy playing Charlie Chan is hilarious.
Yeah, I never seen.
Murder by Death. It was a Neil Simon original. It was fucking great.
I'll give that a watch.
Murder by Death.
Neil Simon did Brighton Beach Memoirs.
He wrote that.
as I'm thinking
He
of-
also wrote The Goodbye Girl, which is amazing.
Okay, yeah.
He also wrote The Odd Couple.
Did he?
He wrote it as a play. Then they made it into a film, and then they made it into a TV show.
About The Office, the one thing I remember that stuck out. I remember seeing Patrice O'Neill in some episodes.
Yeah, early on.
Yeah, and I kind of his character was actually decent, and it worked well with Craig Robinson because they're like the two tough guys.
So funny
in
on O&A when he complains that Craig Robinson took his role and everything else.
Yeah.
After that, he's like, I think Hot Tub Time Machine had come out.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, that motherfucker just keeps stealing my role.
Well, he auditioned. Patrice O'Neill auditioned for Everybody's Got Chris. Everybody
Hates Chris, yeah.
Everybody hates Chris.
Everybody
Yeah.
hates Chris. Yeah.
And everybody's got Chris. Yeah, everyone got him.
Everybody's got a Chris at home.
And he auditioned for Terry Cruz's part.
Yeah.
And Chris Rock said he was close to getting the father role. Patrice O'Neill was close to getting that role, which would have been like a breakout role for him. But Terry Crews did all the little things, like he was on time. Like it came down to Patrice O'Neill, Terry Crews, and I forget the third guy.
That's the thing. Patrice O'Neill,
Bob
even
Odenkirk.
in The Office, they've said that he's talented, but he has a horrible work ethic kind of thing. Like he just doesn't. He didn't show up on time. Sometimes he'd be like too high or drunk or whatever. Like
But he
just
would have
didn't.
been he would have made
He just
so
didn't
much
take it
money.
seriously.
He didn't know his lines when he went to the
What
to the Everybody Loves Chris.
He didn't know his lines. Okay, he just went up and improvised.
Can I tell you I'm not on his level. I'm not auditioning for legit shit, but I don't look at my lines.
You don't do the whole.
That's my style.
You said on this show that you read the part. You don't read the whole
Let me
script.
put it this way. Sally Smith Fitch emailed me a script the other day, which I'm very grateful for. I'm happy to be on this film. I'm not going to look at the script.
So what are you gonna do? You just gonna go.
I'm going to get there.
You'll look at it when you get there, right?
I'm going to get there, and I'm going to ask for a hard copy.
Right.
And I'm going to have Matt Levy run my lines with me. And then I'm going to do it right there on the spot.
That's actually organic. That's good.
my style.
It's not
Yeah.
live. It's not like a live show.
Yeah.
Or anything.
Yeah. So
I think I get what you mean. It's like you kind of play off the other person's energy.
I did a film with Matt Levy and his girlfriend. It was
Right.
one of her dates. And I had 2 scenes, 2 nights. And I fucking hit it out of the park.
You're in the trailer.
Huh?
You're in the trailer.
Yeah, people from this show, people that listen to this show actually watched that.
Okay. Yeah.
What, the trailer?
Yeah, when you was it Cyndi Lauper?
Cyndi Lauper.
Yeah, I got Cyndi Lauper on vinyl. Right? Yeah. Will still message me and tell me.
Yeah. So you just wait. You don't read the whole. You don't read.
anything.
You don't read the lines.
I just
nothing.
know that it's a couple of pages. I saw that my character's name is Frank. I know my character's name is
Okay.
Frank. That's all I need.
And you're starring in this with Sally.
No, she's starring. She's the lead. I'm just like one featured character.
And what's it about? Is it,
I have no
you have no idea
it's
what's
very,
about.
It's very peculiar.
Very Brooklyn.
Sally wrote it. She's really talented. I think she's going to be a huge star.
Right.
Yeah.
You like
I'll be a
her.
huge star.
No. And I'm really excited to be working with her. And this is the thing. I turned it down a year ago. And I said, I'm sorry. I just don't want to say yes and disappoint you because I've been very unreliable lately. And I guess word got out that I've been saying yes to stuff because people just see the post.
Yeah.
And she messaged me. She goes, Frank, we never made that film this year. We're making it now. Do you still think that you're unreliable for this? And I said, no, I'm doing it.
I think you like acting more than you like stand up.
I love acting way more than stand up.
Yeah.
And she is very nice to give me a second chance.
Okay, yeah, well, that's nice of her. Yeah. I hope it. Well, you play. So you have no idea what you're even
Who
playing.
cares? I'm just gonna make sure I have a good hair day that day.
You don't like playing like a gangster. You don't like playing like a stereotypical role, right?
I like playing more like a John Cusack role, a guy who's like trying to get his girlfriend back.
I casted him so well. Did it. Nailed it.
Can I tell you something?
Well, you are a guy who will say anything.
Have you ever seen the movie Say Anything?
Yes.
You know the famous scene when
I love that movie.
when they break up and he goes to her house with the
boombox?
Yeah.
So I recently started talking to this girl from Philadelphia and whatever, it went south. So I did a whole podcast episode about her.
That is the modern day holding the boombox outside the window. That is exactly it. That is.
I'm more of a Belushi brings his ladder to the sorority like an Animal House.
I'm more of a John Lovitz hanging outside the window. Like, hey.
I got a message from Greg, I think 2 days after the episode aired.
Yeah.
And he was like, that was the best episode.
That was
I like
great.
that episode, yeah.
It was great.
I was worried because I was like, is there anything funny in this episode?
It's very funny.
It was very funny.
Yeah?
It was funny. I understand there was a lot of elements to it, but it was funny because the guy Elvis is with you, right?
Right.
And then there's a part where I think Eric I think it was probably Eric. He goes, but he's like, so have you met her? And then you go, no. And I thought that was funny because it's very modern. It's very modern. You never met the girl, but you did speak to her on the
You
phone.
can make a whole movie. You can make a whole movie based on this.
Yeah.
I think
it's almost like a You've Got Mail.
to anyone that listens to the show, go to Terradome and listen to any episode that Elvis is on.
That guy's great.
with Frank.
I think he's
Mostly on the page.
That man is the mad dog.
I think he's the best. I think he's your co-host. I think
How
that.
about the best songs? You get Elvis on
And what the
songs?
funniest thing?
I laughed for 2 hours after something was revealed to me that he was making up music.
Frank has an episode. Frank, you do these great episodes where you do top 10 lists.
Yeah.
So you'll go on the show and you'll give your top. We did like 4. They're all perverted ones though.
Yeah. The box draft.
The box draft. I did the best black women, best
old-
porn stars,
old bros.
the hottest old bros. But you have these serious ones where you have top 10 music and they're good. They're usually so you had the top 10 best songs ever,
Best songs
right?
ever.
That you guys think are the best songs ever.
One.
For me? Will You Still Love Me Tomorrow?
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, so
R&B?
but that's what's funny about it. It's very acquired taste. It's
yeah. It's very obscure.
very obscure.
Yeah.
So you had Drew Java. I can
Drabianco.
never get his
yeah.
name right.
He's a nice
Good guy.
Very nice guy.
Good comic.
And Frank, of course, is the host. And he had this guy Elvis, who kind of hangs around the creek in the cave.
podcast?
Yeah. And what's his name's Elvis Duran,
Yeah.
who's a DJ in.
That's another.
Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah, I know
There's
Elvis
a
Duran.
famous-
Yeah.
There's a guy
No,
named
it's a
Elvis
different
Duran
Elvis
that's
famous DJ
Yeah,
for
that's the same
CBS
It's not
FM.
him.
Oh, okay,
Not
it's not him. Okay.
It's another Elvis.
It's another Elvis Duran.
amazing.
And I see this guy on Facebook.
Is that his real name, Elvis?
That is amazing.
Incredible.
That is
This
incredible.
Patello, this guy looks like an Elvis Duran.
Yeah,
like
I'm sure.
he's like he's hysterical. And I hear him on the show.
He's great on the show.
He's great.
Yeah.
So they do this top 10 list of music, and I go, "Oh, that was a good episode. It's good, interesting." Drew's that guy has a very
funny.
good taste in music.
Yeah.
He's very. So we were talking after I went to go do Frank's podcast. We were talking. I was like, "Hey, you know who's good on your show? This guy Elvis." And we go, we're like, yeah, the guy Elvis is really good. And that music episode he was good on. And Frank's like, yeah. Then I found, he was really good on the episode. But then I found out he made up half his list.
There was one song that doesn't exist.
There's like one's like,
Drew?
no, this guy Elvis. He like made up like.
He was naming these bands that don't exist. Songs that never,
But he would sell it so
But
well.
sold it,
'Cause
like-
it would be like this band. I don't know if you guys are gonna know this one.
Right.
And it'll be like, yeah, the Bruce Almighty's.
Then this guy, you think this guy Elvis Duran? He's a Puerto Rican kid from where?
Dominican
kid. Okay, I want to mix that up.
Corona.
From Queens. So like they're naming top 10 comedians. And I'm like thinking he's gonna name like George Lopez, Carlos Mencia. He goes with like
Miss Pat,
Miss
some shit.
like Miss Cleo,
True. Oh, fucking Judy Tenuta.
right? Judy,
Which I was like, listen, I can get on
I think
board.
he had Gilda Radner on his list.
I don't
Gilda
mind. He has Judy Tenuta on his list, and I literally almost slammed my phone down.
I was.
Rob Magnotti.
I'm like, who the fuck? Like, who would think this guy?
People that are on cruises.
He is so.
Emo Phillips.
I don't want to come across like I'm trash. I find him incredibly entertaining.
But yeah, but
he's
clearly
so good.
He clearly took a cruise ship from Dominican Republic to America and saw Judy Tenuta, Rob Magnotti.
When he said Judy
Miss
Tenuta
Pat.
and Gilda Radner, I was like, who is
Gilda
this
Radner
guy?
is
Dana
okay.
Gould.
Dana Gould was
Dana
terrible.
Gould,
I don't-
You know
who
what's
I
funny?
wouldn't even
That's
like.
the longest episode.
That was a good. That was with Waylon. It was with Steve.
It was 2 hours. But it's really, people love it.
It was a great episode. Yeah, he should be your.
But
your
with
co-host.
Whalen, you expect it. Like with Steve Whalen, you expect like he's gonna have some obscure references.
Yeah.
The
in
unknown
there.
comic Murray.
Yeah, like I mean, I get it. That's fine. That's who he's inspired by, and none of those guys are by all means bad comedians, or they're all really good
It was
comics.
funny when Remick Minnie's the only black guy on the panel.
Yeah.
He picked Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
We were like,
Wow.
that was a showstopper. I didn't think
No,
we were gonna get that.
I don't know.
You don't. You wouldn't. Well, you didn't put him in your top 10.
I don't. Well, even before.
But even then, yeah.
before you
Even
raped 40 women,
before.
I never really thought the guy. I didn't like his stand up.
It was actually a 37.
I don't like a lot of clean. I don't like a lot of clean. I don't like a lot of clean stand up.
Allegedly.
Well, you don't like what?
I don't like clean stand up comedians. I don't like Seinfeld and
You don't like Seinfeld?
They get boring
like
quickly.
Seinfeld.
They get boring quickly.
I don't like clean comedy.
They're one dimensional because they're not going to reveal anything dark or anything like kind of
Yeah, but
polarizing about
Seinfeld's
themselves.
not that clean. I mean,
No, it's not
He's
clean.
not. He's not clean on purpose. Like Cosby was doing.
There's
clean
nothing
comedy 'cause of-
controversial about him, and he gets boring really quickly. Like, for example, it's hard to maintain. That's why I give him credit. Like Mitch Hedberg, he's not revealing anything about himself that's irrelevant to anything about himself at all. Actually,
Yeah, but Carlin did that. You never heard it.
But Carlin went on like polarizing like rants and shit though. Like like he was
Yeah.
expressing opinion. Yeah, I think I got to express
also
a
got very
polarizing
annoying.
opinion, or you got to say like I was a piece of shit at some point in life.
Seinfeld is
Like,
known. It's funny how like we outright talk shit, but comics that are more successful than us kind of subtly talk shit, and I pick up on it. Like when I'm watching like Jim and Sam, and Mark Norman will be on there with Joe List, and they'll be like talking about Seinfeld, and you could hear them like. Not Norman because he idolizes him, but I think Joe List was kind of taking a dig at fucking Seinfeld.
You could hear it.
You could hear it. He's
Yeah.
like, "You saw Seinfeld? Did he have anything? No."
Right.
He goes, "Yeah, he's actually got new stuff." He's like, "Really?"
Yeah. Well, I mean, everyone.
That's like how
knows.
girls fight though.
Seinfeld has a reputation of not coming up with new stuff.
No, I know. Of
Yeah,
course,
yeah.
everyone.
Yeah,
Everyone
because his
says
act makes millions
I
of
mean,
dollars.
is it a reputation if everybody kind of like believes it?
Yeah, but why would he want to write a whole new? If he can do his act
I
for 10
get that.
years. And like make millions of dollars doing this act, not in front of like fucking some chuckle hut in fucking Missouri.
True, but I mean-
he's playing.
He's Seinfeld, man. He can play stadiums all over the world.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like, why would he want to write
You know,
new
I don't
shit?
think he's never played
Does-
the
does-
Garden.
I get what you mean, but there's also like a lack of like it kind of shows like a
No, but rules
complacency.
apply to different.
Like you have a Stanhope.
Joe
kind
List
of,
has to write a whole new act because he's Joe List.
Yeah, but
Seinfeld doesn't
okay,
have
so
to
that's
write a whole
not
new act.
that's not compared. I'm saying like Seinfeld, and you have like someone who's like kind of culty, legendary, is like like Stanhope, right? Like kind of like he's known, like or Attell. Like I mean, Attell's not doing the same fucking shit every night. You know, like
Seinfeld is a global superstar. He could easily sell out stadiums, but he doesn't. He's never played a stadium. I think he just does it out of choice because he's saying, "I don't think comedy," which it doesn't. I don't think comedy belongs in a stadium. And he doesn't have an ego to the point where he need the money that he needs to try it. It is not a good way to do stand-up comedy.
In a stadium.
A stand-up comedy has never been done good in a stadium.
Yeah, it depends on the comic.
The only person who ever performed stand-up comedy in a stadium and did it well was Steve Martin. And I think that's only because he was really physical and was like very animated.
Yeah.
And he was never like a stand-up guy. Just like he's always been like doing all kinds of shit. Yeah.
Because
it's a variety act. He did like a variety. Yeah.
It doesn't seem like playing in a stadium.
Well, like Andrew Dice Clay is like a rock star comedian.
Yeah, but he wasn't. I've seen him in a lot of settings, and he's at his best in like an
intimate club,
intimate club, or at least like a theater that has good.
Because it's supposed
the energy's
to be
different.
Well, here's the thing. He's
a classic stand-up comedian. That's why. He's a classic comedian.
I think comedy is supposed to be a stand-up comedy. It's supposed to be like someone you're just listening. He's holding court, right?
Yes.
In a small setting, and you know, a club is the perfect setting. I think it's 300 people, right?
Right.
That's all you need. Right, or even like I would say even smaller, 150, and it's almost like you're getting this inside look in someone's sense of humor.
But you know something? My dream has always been, and it always will be, to play the Brooklyn Academy of Music. That fucking theater.
You want to play a theater?
That theater specifically.
A theater isn't that bad, like because everyone's special is usually in theaters. Who has
Radio City Music?
Who has
Seinfeld did a special at comic strip.
He did it at the comic strip,
Actually,
and Ray Romano did it at the Cellar.
He
recorded a special at BAM.
What was that? The tambourine one?
Yeah.
Okay. That was the most recent.
Yeah, which was it? I didn't like
it was a very different Chris Rock.
It was a different Chris Rock.
What time
You're
was
right.
the show?
It's a lazy Chris Rock.
We got time.
It's an older.
9 o'clock. I mean, 9
True.
It's a very different Chris Rock.
Really different.
Because he's standing there.
It's a lazy Chris Rock, I felt.
Well, it wasn't.
I think this is
Or maybe lethargic. That's the word.
Come on,
Farouk. I think this is just where he's at right
lazy.
Yeah.
He went through a lot.
Yeah. He's going for more of a. I mean, that's the weird thing. That's the weird thing where we're at because he's like a dramatic comedian now.
Yeah, well, he's like gotta be like he has talking points now,
right?
Like he has a responsibility to touch on this subject.
His social commentary was always like the loud, obnoxious black guy at a barbershop, and just like every now and then he'll make sense. Right
now
he's like
grand opening, grand closing.
Right, like now he's like this, like I got to touch on social justice issues and stuff like that.
Majority of stand-ups like that.
I really don't want to hear about politics or feminism in the stand-up comedy setting.
I don't
mind reading about it in the paper or reading about it online. I just don't want to be. I don't want jokes about it.
Look, I don't mind it if it's funny. But a lot of it's point first, right, and then joke second, and that's what kills it.
That's the thing. Like it's almost like I'm gonna give basically my account of what I think should happen, peppered in with some jokes. Whereas and this political comedy thing, some people do it well. I'm not gonna say it's not funny sometimes. Like people do it well, but the main focus should always be the humor part of it. And you shouldn't be afraid. Like you shouldn't have like a stake in what side you're representing. Like if something's funny observationally for anything politically, then you should just go for it. Right. But now, your comedy identity is very close to your political identity, and that's what
I agree. What are you going to say?
Should wrap this up in an hour and 15.
Oh, give Rob the microphone. Jesus,
we got at least 10.
I'm in a good discussion about comedy.
We don't wrap up the show. We're in a good flow.
Okay,
come on.
But you just interrupted us. Now we should wrap it up.
I really enjoy watching Mark Norman on YouTube.
You like Mark Norman
a lot.
I did a show. We just did a show. We did a show with Mark Norman. He's a nice guy.
He's a nice guy.
Know what I like about him? Off stage, he's not an obnoxious guy, and that means a lot because
he's so good.
I like when someone's as good as he is. He's very successful, and off stage, he's on. You can tell he's on, but he's not being a dick. He's not like you could he's to himself. He says hello. If he knows someone, he talks to them. He doesn't work the room. He doesn't have to he doesn't have to get to everybody. Yeah. He doesn't treat the show like he's just punching in my card, going to work. You know what I mean? A lot of comedians, I know there's a lot of club acts. A lot of those guys, it's like, I'm just in my office right now. This is how we behave here.
I used to run independent comedy shows, and I booked him a bunch of times, and he showed up every single time.
Right.
And some of them were good, some of them were great, some of them were dog shit.
Right.
But he would go up on all of them and just do his set and do his thing. I've never seen him bomb on it. Maybe one show they weren't laughing that much, and he was making it, reading off his phone. But most of the time, always did well, and he would act like the show wasn't bad.
Yeah,
like the show was bad, and he would go up, hey,
do his thing. And that's like the easiest thing you could do as a comedian. I know a lot of comics go up, and if the show's dog shit, they'll turn around and be like, okay, this is in front of 4 people.
Yeah, but you're booked on a show. So
well, let's be honest. Like when we went to the show we did, he didn't do that hot. Like he did okay on the show, right? And he comes down like. A lot of comics, like you said, like if they don't do well, they bash the show or like blame it on something. But he can't. And he was cordial. Like he was just very.
You know who does that a lot? Blames the audience, shits on the show. Female comics.
Yeah, well, they get booked every night.
They get a lot. They're allowed to do it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, apparently.
Well,
I always see them complain.
Well, if you disagree with them, they're like, "Well, it's a majority men in there."
Right.
Oh, so many men in there.
This isn't my crowd. Human beings. I'm more of an open mic female niche.
Yeah. Mark Norman. He's one.
I could understand this the specificity of like having like maybe an LGBT specific or like women specific show, but just mics, it doesn't make any sense.
They
to
used
me.
to have a mic at the Creek in the Cave on Tuesday where straight men weren't allowed, and it was for all different people except straight men. And we would do the 6 o'clock mic. Dominic Fogarty used to have a 6 o'clock mic. We would do that, and then after the mic was over, me and Conrad would just hang out there. And Conrad was usually drinking, and I was sober, but whatever. We hung out for like hours, and the girls who were running the mic used to come out and tell us to be quiet like 3 times.
So funny.
You were so loud because
Byron said was like wasn't even joking. He was saying something really fucked up with calling somebody a dyke and like somebody not somebody was there, somebody in his story, and the girl who was online to go to the bathroom was like, did he just say what I think he did? like you're not allowed to like speak your mind. Or whatever.
Yeah, and tap Byron Sadiq and try to tell him what to do, what to say.
Yeah, we tried.
He's the wrong guy.
No, I remember that mic. That was at 8 o'clock. That was after Dom's mic, right?
Yeah.
6 o'clock.
It's not there anymore.
Yeah, no. Well,
it shouldn't be anywhere.
Those mics that sucks.
Who was it for?
I was going to a mic once, and we were halfway there, and I went on free mics just to check what time it started. And I saw like the info on free mics, and they're like, "Well, this is only for."
Oh, I think it was in the car with
I
you.
think, yeah.
At least once a week, a guy would show up and try to get on, and
they won't let him on.
Yeah, I mean,
but it's so funny that they. But don't fucking people realize where they're like
that? How ironic!
They talk about like they're like, "Oh, this is an inclusive mic."
Yeah,
and then when someone tries to go, I don't understand fucking people.
if your complaint is that it should be majority women or LGBTQ, and you pepper in some men, that's still kind of passable.
Yeah,
but to
like,
be exclusively that.
But where is this notion of inclusiveness versus with exclusiveness? I don't get it. If I go do your mic and you tell me no, how is it the most inclusive mic in the city? You fucking retard.
Yeah, it's just like a reverse thing.
Oh, it's just so fucking dumb. I don't know, man. It's not point in the show.
It's like being too healthy. It's just like it's too much.
Yeah.
A good thing is bad.
I had a health teacher that got cancer.
That's
I had a health teacher when I was in school who got cancer.
Was this part of the curriculum, bitch?
And he didn't survive.
It's almost like he should have got fired because
he should have lost his job.
I mean, it wasn't like
almost as bad as that C- you gave me.
I did fail.
Oh, sorry.
He gave me like a 40.
He failed at life. He's dead.
So, all right. We're good.
You got to see
We're at hour 20, so
Hour
whatever
20?
I'm fine. Do your plug.
You guys want to do your
Can I plug Muscle Fest next week?
plug Muscle Fest?
I thought that Frank did great on the podcast. That's my plug.
Okay.
You don't
Hey, Frank, you want to wipe your dick away from...
you need to tell him that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Zombie is making faces.
Oh, wait, no, I got plugs. You
Sure.
follow me on Twitter or Instagram or Facebook.
Yeah, plug like for social media. You know what it is? Plug social media, like because people.
I plug shows too much?
No, not
Are we
you.
going to do an episode?
But you're going to have your shows on your social media. It's easier to do that.
I'll get like 1 or 2 people.
77,
Yeah.
that's my Twitter.
Are we going to do an episode live from Nuremberg next week?
I think we will. Yeah, we'll discuss that. We'll discuss
What day
it.
is that?
It's July
Should I
6th.
do my plus?
Wait, I'm waiting for Mateo. Hang on, Mateo, do your.
Angry Bastard, spelled the Quentin Tarantino way on Instagram. I'm producing several shows with Tommy Farrell, and those posters will have the info for the shows.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's
All
great
right.
news.
Where can they follow you on social media?
He just
At
said,
Angry Bastards.
At Angry Bastards.
I'm
Okay.
excited for
If you're
those.
listening, look out for those posters.
Those Tommy,
They'll be around.
Tommy Farrell shows are very good.
Those
Yeah, they
wanted
are.
posters.
Tommy runs a good.
Frank,
Just listen to my podcast,
Yeah.
Terradome with Frank Terranova on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, TuneIn. Also, follow me on Instagram at The Real Frankie T. That's where I spend the bulk of my time.
yeah, we get some crossover.
Yeah,
a lot of my guys.
You know,
I was at a house party. I was at one of your friends' house parties, and some kid comes up to me and goes, "You know Frank Terranova?" And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "How you know Frank?" He's like, "Oh, in the Come Down Reddit." I was like, "Oh, okay."
My friends are very cultured.
They're very cultured. They listen to Come Down. So.
I do my plugs.
Sure, why not?
You can
You're
follow
here.
me on the Terradome podcast and follow me as Frankie Terras. No, I'm kidding. Just see, we have Muscle Fest next weekend, right?
Yeah.
And Farouk, you
I'm on both shows. I'm a hot dog.
that is true. That is
Hot dog and I'm
true.
Hitler.
Right. So, okay, all right.
All right, we did
Zombie.
What?
Last word, zombie.
Hear that? That's the sweet sound of Minute Maid slushies at McDonald's, turning up your summer with every sip, slurp, and ah.
Get a small sweet peach, blue raspberry, or fruit punch slushie for just $2. Or get any size soft drink for $1. Price and participation may vary. Limited time only. Cannot be combined with combo meal.
Hear that? That's the sweet sound of Minute Maid slushies at McDonald's, turning up your summer with every sip, slurp, and ah.
Get a small sweet peach, blue raspberry, or fruit punch slushie for just $2. Or get any size soft drink for $1. Price and participation may vary. Limited time only. Cannot be combined with combo meal.